this journey, you know what it be. It's free. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I'm gonna start this video by saying this. Those who rock with the channel, I can't post my shorts for another month. So just bear with me on this channel. But you can always head over to 504 Cut TV to get those shorts that gonna make you laugh and enjoy life. However, today we're gonna discuss the history of the Hotboys. BG is the modern Lil Durk, Pooh Shiesty, and anybody who rapping drill music. BG pretty much started that era. I was checking out It's All on You this afternoon, and I came across that song where he said, "Come back and get it in blood," and I listened to Clean Up Man. So to all the young individuals out there, go check out BG, It's All on You, Volume 1. Go check out BG, It's All on You, Volume 1. Now, Lil Wayne, he was the coldest rapper to never curse. He had this, he'll give you some bars and wouldn't curse. See, he been doing this so long, the younger generation don't know. At one point in time, Wayne didn't curse. See how if you put Young Wayne and NBA Youngboy into the era with Wayne, there wouldn't be an NBA Youngboy if it wasn't for Wayne. Wayne made younger individuals want to rap. Wayne literally was rapping at like 12, 11 years old. Cash Money, they manipulated his age and say he was 8, 9 at the time, but he was like more like 11, 12. But Wayne didn't cuss. And you got to go back to listen to Get It How You Live. And they got some more stuff before that. And you could hear Wayne. Wayne was pure talent. Wayne was destined to become who he was because Wayne was literally putting sound effects where he would curse at. He would literally put his own sound effect. Right? And then Juvenile, he was just a different monster. Juvenile could rap about everything. He can give it to you any type of way. Juvenile was even talking about back then how foreigners don't pay taxes. So back in the day, and Turk, can't leave him out. Turk, he brought an element to that when he came on. Like it's this Cash Money history is kind of like really crazy, man, because BG bought the label nationwide, but he was locked up when it was time to drop. Juvenile dropped, blew up. And see, this is why I don't understand, like, when BG and Turk had this situation, or why they say that Turk wasn't as important as, the rest of them in the group. However it went, right? Turk is literally on more singles nationwide than BG. Turk have more popular singles like Ball the Blocking. They removed him on Project Chick. He had a verse on Project Chick that it didn't hit. It was on the album, but it was not on the actual radio version. He he had the verse on Bling Bling, and then they took him off and put Wayne on there. And I think that's because when it came time for them to shoot the videos and things of that nature, like he speak about his addiction, I think he wasn't there because of that reason. But Turk had a lot of success. He made a lot of songs. What I wish would have happened. I actually wish Juvenile and Turk would have dropped the album, because every time they got together on a song, it was an anthem. Juvenile and Turk, like, they got a song called "Set It Off." Juvenile and Turk, and it's a club banger. But before that was Pooh Shiesties, before that was your Lil Durks, 21 Savages, BG. BG actually is the king of that lane. He made that lane. That lane of music, that's BG. I don't know too many other rappers who was rapping that style of music at that age. BG was at least 14, 15 years old. and he was rapping that style before any. He was the only individual that age rapping that way. So at the end of the day, I mean, like I said, man, them Hot Boys, they really done some things in the game, man, that it's overlooked. Like the influence that they had on generations. Like when you look at Chicago music scene, you got No Limit this, you got No Limit that person, No Limit that person. And then when you come different states, they got Hot Boy this person, Hot Boy that person, Hot Boy. I mean, so the influence is huge. And I don't think that they really get enough credit for that, man. I don't think that the individual artists get enough credit for the influences that they had on the game. Like a lot of the younger generation wouldn't even know that BG, you know, we talking about pure music. We ain't talking about people personality, or we ain't talking about how they move or the things that they might do. We talking about pure music. His music lane it's the same as Pooh Shiesty. He was a Pooh Shiesty with music, early on. He was a Pooh Shiesty with music, Lil Durk with music, Chief Keef with music, way back in 1996, 95. 19, I'm talking about 1995, 96. So when they say ain't nothing new underneath the sun, it's just recycled. I really believe that. So shout out to all those individuals, man. Shout out to Juvenile, BG, Wayne, Turk, Lil Durk, Pooh Shiesty, NBA Youngboy. Shout out to all those individuals, man. Salute.